Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, everybody? Much love and respect. Beautiful Thursday evening. Just got out of work. Hope everybody's doing good. Peace. Much love and respect to everybody. I want to come out here and do a video real quick. I got to put more content. Shout out to all my subscribers and all my followers. Much respect. I appreciate you. I want to talk about something today, and I feel like I need to address. So we talk a lot about corruption in government and corporate greed and billionaires becoming more of a billionaire, getting more money, making more profits. We talk a lot about that. We talk a lot about government corruption and greedy politicians and greedy. The whole nine, nothing new under the sun that we haven't talked about already. But I feel like we as a society, we point fingers a lot. We point fingers and we always pointing fingers at Wall Street, right? We always pointing fingers at DC and whatever administration is in office. And again, I'm not ignoring the fact that any of that exists, because it really does. Corporate greed is an issue, okay? Billionaires becoming more wealthy during COVID. We got the Jeff Bezos and the Elon Musks. Who else can I name? We already know the deal, right? So my from my observations and my analysis, we make blanket statements, right? We make blanket statements, and we always criticizing the opposing party, right? We always criticizing the other team or whatever you want to call it. Now again, corruption is real, right? Nobody should have billions of dollars. That's insane. All right. Now, some of you might not like what I'm gonna say. Okay. Some of you might not be in agreement with what I'm saying, but it's true. It's true. Now, recently there was, I guess Starbucks. Starbucks came out recently with a new coffee mug, some type of teddy bear coffee mug of some sort, and people standing out in line at like 4 a.m. to buy this coffee mug, and people buying this coffee mug for like $35, $40 a piece. 4 a.m. People standing in line at 4 a.m. to buy this coffee mug from Starbucks. Right? Now, and this is the newest trend. The last trend was the Stanley Cups. And then once upon a time it was like Beanie Babies, some stupid toy, some stupid shit like that. Now it's these Starbucks cups. And apparently people have been selling them and buying them online for like in excess of like $200 or more. So, and I'm confused. Somebody fill me in. Let me know, because I'm beyond confused. The economy right now is sinking. Okay, it's sinking into the abyss. The value of the dollar is dropping. The value of the dollar is declining. Meanwhile, I was just looking at some numbers recently. The average national household debt right now is, on the average, is roughly around $20 trillion. Total household debt in America, in the United States, is roughly around $20 trillion. That includes credit card debt, automotive loans, mortgage debt, All of that combined, roughly around $20 trillion. Now, we have people working 40 hours a week plus. 40 hours a week isn't even sufficient anymore for a lot of people. The average national, the federal minimum wage is still like $7, $8 an hour, somewhere around there, and we still have a large demographic of people just still buying Starbucks coffee mugs and Stanley cups. I don't know if those are still cool. I don't know if those are popular. I don't know. I don't know what the next trend will be. I don't know what's going to come after these Starbucks cups. Maybe I don't know, Burger King crowns. I don't know, Island Boys toothpaste. So my point is that, again, I'm confused because we all complain and we point fingers at the billionaires and cost of living is too high. We can't afford this. We can't afford that. Now, let's be honest. There's a large demographic of Americans that love to spend. We are a consumer-driven society. From gluttony, right? We eat too much. We consume way too much. Holidays are here. Buy, spend, buy. It doesn't make sense to me, folks. It really doesn't make sense. Like, concerts are selling out still, sporting events. I work security part-time on my other job, and pretty much every event that I've attended has been a maxed out sellout crowd. I worked the Chris Brown concert. That was a sellout crowd, 30,000 plus people in attendance, plus food. Right? You're gonna buy some food at the concession stands. Pay $18, $15, $18, $20 for some chicken tenders and fries, and $12 for a beer, $8 for a slice of burnt pizza. We are consumers. We are very good at it. We're very good at consuming, folks. Again, the national average household debt in America, I was just looking at these statistics, is roughly $20 trillion. We still selling out, buying concert tickets, right? Going to the amusement park, going on vacation, buying what do they call Yeezys, Kanye West sneakers, Jordans, nothing new under the sun. And meanwhile, China just came out and said that most of that name brand stuff you all buying for hundreds of dollars or thousands is all made in a sweatshop at like less than a fraction of what you pay for it. And we still do it. We still do it. A lot of us, we still out here buying and spending like we're rich, trying to look rich, right? We try to look rich, but our bank accounts don't reflect it. A lot of us don't even have a bank account. The average American doesn't even have $1,000 in savings. Well, I think I said some of these statistics in the previous video, but I've been watching some videos recently and listening to a lot of people, and we point the finger too much at the billionaires. We always pointing at the corporations. We always, oh yeah, corporate greed. We get it. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But what are we doing to combat that? What are we doing to offset that? What are we doing to strategize, right? I said before, the world is a chess game, and we out here being taught checkers. We playing checkers, folks. Right? We playing checkers. When was the last time we had a major boycott on any type of large scale to make any type of change? When was the last time we had a boycott on anything? Like, we still mass consumers. We still out here spending and maxing our credit cards like It's 1985 or whatever. It's not. Like I said, the value of the dollar is dropping. Right, the value of the dollar is going down because it's not backed by anything. Fiat currency is not backed by anything. Real currency was gold and silver at one point, but that's a little beside the topic. Again, we can't keep continuing to blame and point fingers at billionaires and pointing fingers at the corporations. If you really want to make a change, redirect your money. I mean, really, what other option is there? What other option is there? We just blow money, max out credit cards like it's no big deal, like it's chewing gum, like it's toilet paper. The average American, like I said, I work a lot of these events. I work UConn games, Hartford Wolfpack, Disney on Ice, so on and so forth. And not only are these events typically all sold out, but like I said, we people out there buying cotton candy, the typical crap that you get at the concession stands. Beer, alcohol, hot dogs, cheeseburgers, nachos with fake cheese, that nasty shit that looks like yellow paint, for $20. And then at the end of the night, you should see the amount of food I see wasted all throughout the stadium, all over the place. And half-eaten drinks, half drank drinks, half finished food. Sometimes not even that. I speak about that often, about food waste and gluttony and waste. But then at the same time, we want to sit there and point fingers about so-and-so, Jeff Bezos made an extra $1 billion and Elon Musk made something $1 trillion. And again, I'm not condoning any of that shit. I'm really not. Like I'm not into. I'm anti-establishment. I'm not into the. But that's why I don't buy into the bullshit. I don't spend my money on crap like that. I don't buy Jordans. I don't buy Gucci. I don't buy coffee mugs. I don't drink Starbucks. I don't go to Dunkin'. $35 for a coffee mug is stupid. I saw a video of people fighting, pushing each other in line at 4 a.m. for this dumbass coffee cup. You mean to tell me that's what we're doing in 2025, people? We standing in line at Starbucks at 4 a.m. We got nothing else constructive to do. We got nothing else to do with our time in our lives. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Like I see two sides of the page. Like we all protesting and putting emphasis on big corporations and making additional profits for billionaires. But what are we doing? What are we doing to offset that? What are we doing? We're doing the opposite, right? Why do we continue this trend of like mindless consumption? It's like we all at the buffet, and it's not just food. We are mass consumers. We don't produce nowhere near as much as we consume. We just plunder and take and consume, folks, and we drive ourselves into debt. I'm gonna say it again: nearly $20 trillion is the average national household debt right now in this country. That is insane. $63,000 or $65,000, I think, is the average household, debt per household, according to the statistics I read. And again, we have no cohesiveness in our communities, guys. We really don't. We might have, to a degree, but what do we have? What type of assets do we have as a community, right? What type of assets? The Asians and Middle Eastern people, they come here and they got businesses. They run all these little convenience stores. They work with their families. They all work together as a unit. strong, tight, in unison, like worker ants, diligent, strategic. What the hell do we do? What do we do in the grand scheme of things? Like what type of cohesiveness do we have in our communities? We don't even have cohesiveness with our own families, and it really pisses me off. It frustrates the shit out of me to see that this buffoonery, this nonsense going on, and we act like this. We just stuff it under the rug, and we don't acknowledge the elephant in the living room. We don't acknowledge the elephant in the living room, and what are we really achieving? What are we achieving, folks? Think about it. Think about it for a moment. Right? I see people they leave the lights on all day in their house. They waste water, waste electricity, waste food. And then we turn around and got the nerve to say, we need this, that, and the third, and yeah, a lot of people are struggling, right? And that's, my point is, like, we can't make a blanket statement. We can't make a blanket statement because that's absurd and it's not accurate. We have there's different demographics of people. We got the people like, I would consider myself frugal. Right, I'm frugal. I don't just blow money anymore. I've done that. I've had bad habits with money. I never grew up with financial literacy. I didn't grow up with financial skills. My family, they taught me to work hard. That was my grandmother's philosophy. My ancestors, their philosophy was work hard. Get a job, work hard, be independent, which I'm truly grateful for. I'm so grateful for those skills that was instilled in me as a child from my family, from being from Jamaica. My grandmother was very, very hardworking woman, but nobody really knew about financial skills or financial literacy in any type of way. And that's why. And again, our ignorance is their profit. I say that all the time. So again, what are we doing to offset what are we doing to offset the greed and the predatory? Everything is predatory, from insurance to bank loans to credit cards. I don't have a credit card. This is a part of discipline, folks. So again, we have a different demographic. We have a large population of people who we don't have concept. We don't have financial skills, and some of you don't even want to. Some of you don't want to learn financial skills. You don't want discipline. You don't want we're not mindful. We're not mindful spenders in any way. For the most part, we're very primitive in a lot of ways. We have very primitive mentality in a lot of ways, folks. And we continue to make the corporations more profits, filling the billionaires' pockets even more. Right? It's a double-edged blade. From Main Street to Wall Street. I was telling somebody this the other day, I forgot who it was, but I was like, Main Street and Wall Street is to blame, not one or the other. Not one or the other. We can't progress as a people until we get out of our own damn way. We can't get anywhere as a people or a society. Like I said, we don't have any type of assets in our communities. We have no leverage. We only have a community garden. Like, there was 2 community gardens out here. I don't know what happened to them out here in New Britain, but we don't have any. We don't produce much. Nobody really puts emphasis on that, and we just out here mindlessly spending, buying Starbucks and jumping on the bandwagon to the newest stupid trend, and it confuses me. Like, I'm perplexed. I'm perplexed, to be honest. It really doesn't make sense. But you know, again, the holidays are here. Boycott corporations, you know, get together with your families and learn how to gather assets. Learn how to gather some assets and know what the difference between an asset and a liability is. Uh, Again, you know, we our ignorance is their profit, and I'm not gonna sit here and just point fingers at one group and dismiss another, because we just as much to blame, folks. We really are. We can't keep ignoring the elephant in the room and keep living in denial like everything is all gravy and everything is cool. Some of us get paid every week, and by the end of the next pay period, your money is gone. You know, and there's a difference between people who really want to make a difference in terms of their financial success or what have you. And then there's a demographic of you that's just straight up careless and immature and silly, like still blowing money on video games and all type of stupid shit. You know, blowing money on tattoos and jewelry and, you know, retail therapy. You know, a lot of your therapists, there's therapists out here that encourage people to go shopping. Like, retail therapy is not, that's an addiction, guys. It's an addiction, and it's not healthy. It's not conducive to anything. It's harmful. It's detrimental, and it's no different than like drugs and alcohol. It's really the same thing. But I just want to get on here real quick and say that, you know, Wall Street and Main Street is to blame, folks. Not just one or the other. You want to combat the system, you got to be strategic. We out here playing checkers, and the system is a chess game. So, anyway, I got to get on the rest of my day. I'm tired. I need some water. I'm thirsty. But just want to get on here real quick and say that. Peace, much love and respect. Drive safe on the road in your commutes from home or wherever you're going, picking up the kids, going to the grocery store, and be mindful. Be mindful of your spending. Love your kids, love yourself, love your family. Be the best you, right? Be the best you, and hit your small goals. I'm telling you, when you make achievements and you hit your goals, it feels good. It feels good to have money and not want to blow it on nonsense. For real. Shout out to my people, my friends, family, everybody, all my supporters on here. I appreciate you. I'm pushing 250 subscribers right now, and sky's the limit. Actually, nah, sky's the limit. It's just the view. Anyway, peace, much love. Stay tuned for more content. Much respect.